A new art studio is opening in West Alabama, one that will offer a particular type of class that you can't find anywhere else in our area. Ruth and Caleb O'Connor are here to tell me more about it. Guys, thank you both so much for being with us.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Well, let's just go ahead and get this out in the open and get it over and done with. That way I can talk about it, and then we can move on to what's important.
Yes, sir.
You guys are going to offer a figure drawing or figure painting, or it may be even sculpture, I'm not sure. And be sure to fill me in on that part.
All the above.
That will feature nude models once a week. Now, and I know why, but for the folks at home and for anyone else who, you know, may not understand, why do the models have to be nude? Well, why do they have to be nude?
Well, we have a lot of different structures right now. We do have painting for the figure. We have also drawing for the figure, and we're going to have what's called an open session, where it's simply we have the model set up and people come with whatever materials they would like and work from the model directly. Right. In the future, we do plan to have sculpture. Right now, we're not set up for it, but that's another goal. Caleb also does a lot of sculpture, and he'll be handling the sculpture. But
right.
Yeah, traditionally, the model has been seen as something that artists study for anatomy, visually. It's just, Caleb, maybe you can...
Well, you have to consider first, who are we making art for?
Right.
We're making art for people. And as we make art for people, it's also what we want to express. If I'm doing a history painting, it's going to involve a lot of people. And so the one thing you want to do is you want to study people. And that is more than only studying their personalities and their character and the things that they may or may not have done in their lives. It's also studying, what does a person look like? How does a person look when they're moving? And you have to consider also the historical context. Consider artists like Michelangelo, right, that in their times in life, they had to secretly study the human anatomy, yet Leonardo da Vinci and other artists, yet that study led to some of the greatest artworks that we all cherish to this point, being hundreds and hundreds of years old. Leonardo's first anatomical studies are still commonly used in medical texts. So there is something that you gain as a person studying human people from life.
And it's not about, I mean, even though the subject is naked in whatever the form that they're working in, they will end up, that will be a nude form most likely. It's not about them being nude, because when you look at art, at least with me personally, and like you mentioned Michelangelo, if you go back and you look at David, or you look at any of the things that were done in the Sistine Chapel in Rome or anywhere else during the High Renaissance, when art was so prevalent, so good, and so wonderful, there's a lot of nudity, but you don't notice it. You notice just how amazing the musculature is, and how lifelike and realistic, and like how you can almost reach out and touch sculpture and it feel real to you, even though it's cold stone.
And that is exactly the point. Is there something that there is symbolized through the human body, through a strong human body, through an old human body that has been through weathering the storm or been through a lot of life and working outside. There's just a different look that different people have. And if we don't study individuals of different ethnicities, of different genders, of different sizes and shapes, then we really only have a stick figure. We only have maybe even ourselves to draw from. So there is a richness in life that, you know, we choose to study. And also consider the new applications for the human figure in 3D movies, in 3D studios. I have a friend, Kevin Margot, who's a big part of making the video game Halo, for example, and a big part of making 3D movies that we all see with our kids at the theater. And he got his start with me, painting figure, painting landscapes, and the companies hired him because of that knowledge, not because of his computer expertise, but because he understood figure. He understood the figure relating to the ground, light, color, shadow, and atmosphere.
The classics, so to speak.
Exactly.
All right, you guys, we're out of time, but really quickly, you're going to have classes, and are these going to be open? How do you sign up? How does that work?
We're going to have a website up and running by next week. It's just going to be o'connorartstudios.com. For now, we're putting everybody in the direction of Caleb's site, which is caleboconnor.com. We also have a phone number that's listed now, 396-9892. You can call me there for any information that you might like, but we'll have classes formatted and started by next month.
All right, super. Guys, best of luck to both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you for doing this.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having us.
You can find out more about O'Connor Art Studio online at caleboconnor.com.